What's going on, guys? Welcome back to this week's episode of Fan Mail of the Week. My name is UnrealEntGaming, and what a week it has been. Grand Theft Auto, Dragon Ball Z, Battle of Gods, so many things happening. It's been a very, very good week, and today we have a lot of questions to get through with. I mean, obviously, I want to go back to playing GTA 5. That game is absolutely legendary. I saw Battle of Gods 3 times. It's just, what a week it has been. I really do hope that you guys have been enjoying your weeks as well. Once again, everybody, I do want to apologize if I do not get to answer your questions. I have tons of shit to get through with today. But let's get on with the first question of the day, which is in video format. Let's check it out.
What's up, Unreal Entertainment Gaming? My name is Mr. Valdez09, and I'm the one dude on YouTube with the weird or the badass wheelchair pick with the minigun. Anyways, here is a video for your fan mail of the week. I don't know what week it is. I've lost count. But anyways, got a few questions, and yeah, so let's get to it. Question 1. What do you think is going to happen with Call of Duty? I mean, I know this question's probably been asked thousands of times, but let's be realistic here. Call of Duty has gone to shit since, what, the first game? And I've hardly played Call of Duty at all. Unless if you're talking about zombies, and that's something completely different. But anyways, Call of Duty. What do you think it's going to happen to it in terms of the main franchise? And everybody wants a zombie standalone game, which I think is terrific. A terrific idea, actually. I mean, everybody plays for zombies for the most part anyways. Unless if you're going to troll on like Search and Destroy or whatever. But yeah, question 2. So what do you think is gonna? What do you think is gonna be like? How well do you think this Eminem's new album is gonna be? I believe it's titled Marshall Mathers LP 2, and he released he did a song called Savage for Ghosts, Call of Duty Ghosts, and he released Berserk, which I like because it's classic hip hop and whatnot. But what do you think? How well do you think that album is gonna do in terms of, you know, just when it drops and everything? Everybody's going to buy it, obviously, to see how well it does. But in terms of its actual people liking it and giving it good ratings and whatnot, how well do you think that's going to do? And I believe, let's see, question 3. I think it's going to be my last question. Now, Battle of Gods came out recently in Japan. And because of that, you know, people bought it, obviously, pre-ordered, whatever. And it's already up on the internet. And I saw it on the internet. Chris, don't get pissed at me or anything, but, you know, I can't really afford the money to buy it, considering the fact that I'm in college, for one. You know, working on 2 degrees, actually, my first one. And 2, I don't really have that much cash to spend, so, you know, I kind of had to, even though I didn't want to. But the movie was great. So my question to you is, if they make, you know, more Battle of Gods movies, what kind of direction would you like for it to go? I mean, Vegeta was pretty much promised Super Saiyan God, which is pretty cool, you know. But what's the direction where you would like for it to go? I mean, there's plenty of ways to go about it. You can just like you can go from Battle of Gods and create a whole new series, which would be awesome, and Akira Toriyama should do that. But we probably won't see that. So, movie-wise, any like sequels or whatever? I mean, if there were sequels, what would you like to see in them, or, you know, later on down the line or whatever? So yeah, that's my 3 questions. And I remember you said in the Fan Mail of the Week, like a long time ago, back when I watched them, that you wanted to know a little bit of information from your fans. And so here's a little bit of information of me. Now, my name is Fernando Valdez. I am a Mexican, so yes, you do hear my accent throughout this whole damn video, which I hate. But anyways, I'm a Mexican, and I do a little hobby, which is beatboxing. So while it is a hobby, and I do listen to it a lot as a replacement for today's shitty ass music, and I highly recommend that you go check out some of it. I've learned to do a few tricks of myself, obviously from, you know, learning and watching videos and whatnot. So I'd like to give you a bit of a demonstration. Now I can do a few sounds here and there, but I can also create, I guess you could say, dubstep, and a lot of beatboxers can do that. And I've learned how to do this. So let's get to it, shall we?
This image will be your last, but this sound will last forever.
So yeah, that's my little demonstration for you. I apologize for so much moving. I sort of move a lot when I start to beatbox. But anyways, so yeah, UnrealEntGaming. This is me, I guess. Questions for the next fan mail. Keep up the good work, bro. I mean, your GTA 5 videos are funny as shit. Honestly, I've laughed quite a few times watching them, and your other videos as well. I've seen quite a few of them actually. So yeah, keep up the good work. Just keep doing what you do, man. I'll still be watching your videos and laughing at them as I watch them. So yeah, peace.
I wish I can beatbox like that. I can't beatbox for the life of me. I mean, even if I were to try, it would sound like a bunch of cats just fighting in an alleyway. That's that bad. But thanks for the video, man. To answer your first question, Call of Duty. I mean, really, Call of Duty has become a joke, man. Going back to its original roots, I mean, I'm pretty sure you played all of the other Call of Duty games way more than you have the recent ones. For example, like me myself, I played more of Modern Warfare 1 and 2 than I have Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 3. Just because those games in the past were a lot better. I mean, the integration was a lot smooth. Like you were able to do so much more in a sense. Whereas in now, they have all these little things implemented in the game that shouldn't even be there in the first place. Call of Duty in general, it's completely run out of ideas if you look at it, because what can they do that hasn't been done already? They already did World War I, World War II, they did Vietnam, they did like futuristic stuff. I mean, where do you go from here? Like, what are you gonna go, like, back in the freaking Stone Age and fight dinosaurs? I mean, what are you gonna do? Call in a velociraptor as a kill streak? You know what I mean? Like, what are they gonna do? So you look at a game like Call of Duty and you look at a franchise like Call of Duty, and then you take a look at a franchise like Grand Theft Auto. They should definitely learn how to be like Capcom and Rockstar. Capcom releases Resident Evil once in a blue. Rockstar releases Grand Theft Auto once in a blue. And the games do fairly well, especially Grand Theft Auto. I mean, look at that. Grand Theft Auto 5 made $800 million in one day. It broke every single record in the world. And also Rockstar actually puts a lot of effort and time into their product. Whereas in Call of Duty, they just copy and paste the same formula, except they add a little bit of, extra stuff here and there for you to actually, stay interested. Along with like new maps and a new story. I mean, really, if you look at it, it's just a giant copy and paste. I think if Call of Duty were to take a break for at least 1 year, I think the franchise would do very well for itself. For example, like, let's say we get Ghosts this year. We do not get any Call of Duty game next year. No Call of Duty next year. Do you want to know why? Because if there is no new Call of Duty game next year, then in 2015, more people would have bought Call of Duty than they would have in 2014 because of the anticipation. And the fact that, these companies can go off and say, you know what, we're going to put more time and effort into our product instead of just doing the regular old, copy and paste formula. Call of Duty, it was so much fun back in the day. And I really don't know how old you are. I mean, you look like you're my age, but you should know as well, because Call of Duty back in the day, it was awesome. Like, you can go in there with friends and just have a fucking awesome game. You can just tear it up in there, Me personally, I was doing game battles with my friends. We were doing clan matches and whatnot. We were going in there just multiplayer wise and just calling in tactical nukes and just doing all sorts of shit, It was just incredible. And now, if you try to play a certain game type, or if you try to get in a lobby and try to have a good game, it doesn't really work out for the best, because they've integrated all these bullshit perks and all these bullshit score streaks and all this stuff that doesn't really tie in nor has any importance or significance in the game. All it does is just enables more campers, and it just throws in a whole bunch of BS. And I think Call of Duty is slowly heading downhill. I mean, look at Battlefield 4, man. Battlefield 4 is gonna be a beast, like blowing up all the buildings and shit. I mean, look, all right, for example, look at Ghosts and look at Battlefield 4. In Battlefield 4, you can destroy anything you fucking want. In Ghosts, you have to find a little red skull next to like a wall in order for you to blow it up. That makes no sense. Like, if you're supposed to keep it realistic, if I were to strap some C4 on a wall and then detonate it, it's obviously going to blow up, not, still have an impenetrable wall still standing there, you know what I mean? So, in terms of a standalone game, hell yeah. I play Black Ops for the sole purpose of, going in there and playing zombies. Zombies is incredibly fun, going in there with players and whatnot. Granted, they could add a lot more to it. But just looking at what they can bring to the table, I think they should definitely make a Call of Duty standalone zombie game. For sure, man. For fucking sure. To answer your second question, Eminem's new album. I think it's going to be really good. Because it looks like he's going back to his original roots in terms of, the blonde hair, Marshall Mathers and all that kind of stuff, Slim Shady. So Berserk was really good because there was a lot of, old school references to his old school style. Granted, there were some parts where it was just like, what? But other than that, I think Eminem's new album is going to do really good. Personally, if you ask me personally about his new picture that he had on Twitter, when he had his little devil horns on his head, I think that was incredibly stupid, and I think that was incredibly symbolic too. A lot of people often want to relate that to the Illuminati, but there is no such thing as the Illuminati. It goes much deeper than that. They're not called the Illuminati, but I definitely think that was a Freemason reference. But aside from the picture itself, I think Eminem as a whole, he's a great artist. I think he's one of the best, if not the best, rapper in the world. Because his vocabulary, his wordplay, his just overall performance in music is just incredible. And I don't have anything against Meek Mills. I don't have anything against French Montana, but those guys are bums. I can't. Like French Montana always raps about, yo, man, yeah, from French Montana. So the fuck up. And you got Meek Mills over here who thinks he's the shit, but really in reality, he ain't nobody. I mean, Cassidy would have blown him out in a fucking battle. That's why he's avoiding him. But overall, Eminem's new album, I think, is going to do very, very well. I'm definitely going to go check it out to see what kind of tracks he has on there because, it's Eminem. Come on, man. I mean, and plus, you know what I noticed? Eminem definitely ties in with Call of Duty because every single Call of Duty trailer or, franchise has had a Eminem song to it, so Eminem definitely ties in with Call of Duty. Will it do well? Absolutely. Absolutely well. Will it sell a couple of million units in the first couple of days? Hell yeah, because it's Eminem. But Berserk was awesome. Savage, I haven't heard Savage yet, but after you just told me that, I'm definitely gonna go check it out. So as for the album itself, let's just see. I think it's gonna do good. So Battle of Gods. To answer your third question. All right. I wasn't really gonna say this, but I might as well just go ahead and say it anyway. And I'm gonna address this to everybody who's watching. I got in trouble from Battle of Gods. If you noticed something about my channel as of recent, all of my Battle of Gods videos are gone. Yeah. Because of all of these people that are putting Battle of Gods on the internet, Toei Animation and all these companies believe that it was, me or I had something to do with it. Just because I showed off a little bit of the trailer. I'm really not gonna get into it. I have, I felt really bad from taking those videos down because I put a lot of work into them. But I'm not really bitter about it. I really don't care if it's on the internet because a lot of people have saw it anyway. And in terms of the actual movie as a whole, the movie did fantastic. I told you guys back in March. I saw the movie in March. The movie was spectacular, but I saw it in the most crappiest version ever. When I rewatched the movie, it was just I watched it 3 times, man. Come on. So Battle of Gods being on the internet, I'm not surprised because every single movie that has ever come out in life is now on the internet. People buy them and then people put them up. Is that good for business? From a Hollywood standpoint, no. Because they're losing money and whatnot from sales and whatnot. But in an aspect of the movie as a whole being passed around and being talked about, then yeah. Because look what I did. I spread Battle of Gods around. I told you guys that I gave you all the information about it. I pretty much broke everything down, and it's become a commodity. You guys have all liked it. You guys have all watched it, and I'm really happy about that. In terms of the direction of the film, that is actually very good because. As you saw in the end, the way Whis knocked Bills out, it was so funny because Bills was breaking planets and whatnot, and Whis just ran up on him and he said, "You can't do that." And by the way, guys, for those of you out there who keep saying that there's an English sub, I already saw the English sub. Thank you very much for, telling me about it. I mean, I already knew about that days in advance, and I saw it, and I kept getting spammed, messages from people saying, "Hey, it's up, it's up." I saw it, trust me, guys, and I hope you guys see it as well. I mean, it's really fitting. But the direction of the movie, I definitely think it has to follow up, after what happened, after the 3-year gap. Bills comes back, he's like, "All right, I'm ready, bitches," and then Vegeta and Goku are like, "All right, now we're ready. Are you ready for this?" And then they start brawling and whatnot. Because as you saw, at the end of Battle of Gods, Bills was pretty much talking to Whis, and he was talking like, "Oh, Goku and Vegeta, those two are going to become very dangerous later on down the road. They might become a threat." And Whis was like, "Well, not really if you look at it." And then Whis was like, "Oh, but this is the first time you used like 70% of your power in such a long time." And Bills was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then he ate like that spicy, what was it, guacamole, sushi, whatever the hell he ate, and that's when, shit hit the fan. But overall, in terms of direction of the film, I definitely think they should continue to make more. Personally, for me, I think they should make a series, but Akira Toriyama, you know how that goes. That's like my ultimate goal, is to reach out to Akira Toriyama to get him to do this, because I feel like if, we have a powerful movement going on, I think he would listen. So, do I think there's going to be another movie? Absolutely. They can't just end it here. They can't. I mean, they just can't, because look at the way it ended. They have to continue. But in terms of like certain things like the Super Saiyan God form, I like I said, I wasn't really digging that too much. For the simple fact that I think they could have done a lot better. But Battle of Gods as a whole, it did absolutely well, and it continues to do well. So I'm very happy on that. In terms of the next movies, I mean, let's just see what happens, bro. I mean, I'm expecting some more movie. I'm expecting more movies like around maybe 2015, 2016. That's when I'm gonna expect the next Dragon Ball movie. And Mr. Fernando, in terms of your beatboxing skills, you are really good, man. I mean, I really can't. That shit is fucking. It looks hard. I mean, everything that you were just doing, I was like, what the fuck? How the hell? I mean, like, because you're implementing all these sounds and shit. So I'm looking at you. I'm like, fuck, man. How the hell? And then what made it even better was you had those beats on your neck. That shit made it even more better because it looked like you was about to DJ or some shit. I was just waiting for like the beat drop to something. But thank you for the question, Fernando. It really means a lot, man. And I really do hope you have a good day.
What's up, Unreal Entertainment Gaming, or Alex, whatever you want to be called? I have a few questions for you, and I hope you will answer them, or at least view this video, because that would be awesome. I have about 7 questions to ask you, and I hope you answer all 7 of them. If not, just a few of them, or, you know, heck, I'll be even happier to just view this video. So, question number 1, what is the main reason you started wrestling? So, you know, why do you wrestle? And why is it a very big deal to you? Because it would be really cool to know why. Question number 2, can you name 5 of your favorite wrestlers and why they would be your favorite wrestlers? Question number 3, can you tell me which Dragon Ball Z character you relate to the most and why that would be? Question number 4, what is your favorite movie? And question number 5, can you name 5 of your most favorite songs? Question number 6 would be, can you name your favorite YouTube channel? And question number 7, the last question, is what makes you want to subscribe to a channel? And thank you for watching this. This was just a quick video to ask some questions because I heard that you would like some questions in the form of a video, and I don't know how many people are sending you videos right now, but I hope you viewed this one and I hope you enjoyed it. And could you check out my channel if it is possible? You don't have to, it's just something that I throw in there, but thank you for watching this. Hope you do answer those questions. And for anyone actually watching this and had no clue what I'm talking about, you should definitely check out this guy's channel because it is awesome. The link will be in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you.
You, sir, are awesome. Thanks for the questions, bro. It really means a lot. To answer your first question, what is the main reason on why I started wrestling? It just goes back to when I was a kid, man. I just love the art of wrestling. I love the sport of wrestling because when I was a kid, I remember tuning in on my television set and I saw these people just like, you know, literally doing all sorts of stuff, like all these flips and twists and picking each other up and then just slamming each other. And I always thought that, you know, that was pretty cool. And growing up, I used to be a fan of a lot of things. You know, I'm still a fan of boxing. A fan of MMA, still a fan of wrestling, and I've actually been a fan of wrestling through the good and the bad, and everybody who's a wrestling fan absolutely knows that there were, you know, good times and bad times, but what made me want to wrestle is the passion for it. You know, there's a certain passion that I have for it that's unexplainable. For me, I just love the storylines. I love the larger than, you know, life characters. I love the atmosphere that WWE presents, and just there's something about it that just I cannot explain. I just love everything about wrestling, you know what I mean? It's definitely not for the money because I can really care less about that. I mean, I'm currently wrestling without even getting paid here and there, which is not really an issue because I do it because I love it. I love the art of wrestling, and I respect every single person before me, and I respect every single person that is with me now because it's definitely not easy. You know, people can get hurt, you can get paralyzed, and I just love, you know, the art form of wrestling. You know, going in there and actually trying to outperform the other person is just it's incredible, and that's why I really love it. What makes me want to do it is the passion for it. You know, I want to have, you know, the motive to be the absolute best, and I'm gonna keep trying until, you know, I reach that pinnacle. So that'll be my main reason on why I wrestle today. To answer your second question, 5 of my favorite wrestlers and why. All right. If it's in no particular order, it has to be Triple H, Kurt Angle, Daniel Bryan, The Undertaker, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Those are just 5 I can name off the bat. Triple H, because I loved Triple H back in like the early 2000s, you know, when he was the Game, when he was the cerebral assassin. He definitely has the look for it, and his wrestling abilities are just, you know, they're just perfect. You know, like there's nothing that guy can't do. You know what I mean? Especially when he's a heel and whatnot. Back when he was actually wrestling. I mean, not really now because now he's more like a corporate guy. But way back when he was, you know, coming up and whatnot, and when he was on his title runs and whatnot, he was absolutely amazing. And you know, his promos are what made it for me. Kurt Angle, for the simple fact that he's an Olympic gold medalist and his wrestling ability cannot be matched by anybody in the world. I think that Kurt Angle is by far one of the best wrestlers in the world, hands down. And just the simple fact that when he goes in there and he wrestles, that's what makes me love Kurt Angle. Daniel Bryan, same thing. He is a very, very talented performer. He's a very talented wrestler. I was watching Daniel Bryan back when he was Bryan Danielson in Ring of Honor, and that guy is actually an inspiration, because it just proves that you don't have to be 6'5", 300 pounds in order to make it in the WWE. And his wrestling, credibility is just amazing. That guy cannot be touched. If anything, aside from Kurt Angle, I think Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle are the best in the world. No pun intended, hands down. The Undertaker, because obviously he's the Phenom and he's an incredible worker. I love his gimmick. I love everything about the Undertaker. And, just he has the will to keep on wrestling every single year, and that's what makes me appreciate him even more. Considering the fact that his body's all messed up too. And last but not least, Stone Cold Steve Austin, for obvious reasons. He's the fucking Texas Rattlesnake, the baddest SOB on the planet. And, just watching him in the Attitude Era just really set aside all of the, wrestlers from him, because he was actually different and he was actually bringing, the intense, over the edge, storylines. And that's what makes me love Stone Cold, because he never changed who he was, and that's what makes me appreciate him even more. To answer your third question, what character can I relate to in terms of Dragon Ball Z? I can definitely relate to Vegeta, because do you know how hard Vegeta trains and all of the time and effort Vegeta puts into his ability to get better? That's one reason I can relate to Vegeta, because he works hard, I work hard, he trains hard, I train hard. So that's one character I can relate to. Another character I can relate to is Goku, for the simple fact that he has willpower, and that's exactly what I have, because even if things may seem grim and unfortunate, there's something about the willpower to keep on going that just makes me relate to Goku. And another character I can probably relate to would be probably Master Roshi, for the simple fact that when he looks at women, he gets all happy and whatnot. I love women, man. I mean, what man doesn't, resist women unless you're gay or something like that? But I just love women, man. I mean, I just can't separate myself from that. To answer your fourth question, favorite movie, I don't really have a favorite movie, because there's a ton of them that I love. But if I had to name some of them, I would have to say The Conjuring is definitely one. The new Evil Dead remake, Man of Steel, 300. What else? There's a lot. The Dark Knight Rises, the second Dark Knight movie, The Avengers. I absolutely loved. What was it? Come on, I'm trying to remember right now. Oh shit, there's so many movies to choose from. Let's see. Oh, Halloween Resurrection. That was definitely a great one for me. There's a lot of great movies that I follow, a lot of different genres. Mainly horror, but I love action movies as well, like The Expendables and whatnot, all that kind of stuff. So there's just a lot of movies to choose from, but those would have to be my little specific ones if I had to choose off the bat. To answer your fifth question, favorite songs. There's a bunch, bro. This Fire Burns by Killswitch Engaged. What else? 5 a.m. by Drake. Promises by Nero and Skillet. Let's see, what else? Waking the Demon by Bullet by My Valentine. Pantera, Tens. Lil Wayne, Lay It Down. I mean, there's a lot of songs, you know what I mean? But those would have to be my specific ones, sort of say. To answer your sixth question, favorite YouTube channel. I love the Cog Brothers Gaming. He's my best friend. I mean, that dude. I mean, aside from him being my best friend, it's just Paul. He comes out with great content. The Cog Brothers Gaming is definitely one of them. He's my favorite, if anything. Really funny. I can relate to him because he's just like me, except I'm white and he's brown. But aside from Paul, it's definitely PewDiePie. I love PewDiePie. PewDiePie is definitely one of my favorites. Shoutouts to PewDiePie. He's fucking awesome. Who else? I have a couple of more. I have Fatal Brotherhood, which is Sean. Sean's fucking awesome as well. Contagious Viper, my friend Omar. Some of the bigger YouTubers I would have to say would be Smosh. Smosh is incredibly funny. Who doesn't love Smosh? And Evil Empire Gaming, my friend Stephanie's pretty cool. I fucking love that kid. Another one of my best friends. But those would have to be some of those channels. I mean, there's a lot more, but I have to like sit down and just think things through and actually remember some of their names and whatnot, because some of their names are really hard to pronounce at times, but still very, very, very great, set of YouTube channels. And lastly, to answer your last question, what makes me want to subscribe to a channel? I'll subscribe to anybody. It doesn't really matter who you are, as long as your channel is consistent. Why why subscribe to a person that only uploads once in a year? You know what I mean? That makes no sense, because why are you originally subscribed to them? I feel like everybody who has a YouTube account should have, a significant fair share of videos, because it's YouTube, like you get to broadcast your life and, just show people what you're good at and do tutorials and all that kind of stuff, let's plays and gameplays and all that kind of stuff. So, what makes me want to subscribe to a YouTube channel? Nothing really. I'll subscribe, just because I want to subscribe, and for the simple fact if they have great content. I mean, that's definitely one of them. But that's fairly mainly a reason why. But thank you for the question, man. It really means a lot, and I really do hope you have a great day.
Hello, Alex, and this is my fan mail. You have never answered my fan mail before. My name is Brandon Clark. Okay, here's my questions. Question number 1. Do you think if Goku Super Saiyan God and Goku Super Saiyan Vegeta, Goku Super Saiyan God and Vegeta Super Saiyan God did the fusion to make a SSJ God Gogeta, do you think they would be strong enough to defeat Whis? Question number 2. What would be the first thing you would do in WWE 2K14? Question number 3. Will you do any more prank calls? I love your Domino's prank call. And the last question. What is your server and what is the version of Minecraft you're playing? Those are my questions, Alex.
Thanks for the questions, little guy. That really means a lot to me. All right, so to answer your first question, all right, listen to me. We can't really say how powerful Whis is, because he never really fought, you know what I mean? Like, we never saw him fight before. We never saw him do anything but eat. Super Saiyan God, it's already proven that Goku cannot, lay a hand on Bills. Actually, no pun intended. He actually did lay his hands on Bills, but he did not do any damage. So I believe if there was a fusion of Super Saiyan God Goku and Super Saiyan God Vegeta, and they were to create a Super Saiyan God Gogeta, I do believe Super Saiyan God Gogeta would be very, very, very powerful. I do believe Gogeta would be more powerful than any form of Vegito, just for the simple fact that he is a fusion god. But would a fusion god be able to topple Bills? That is questionable. Will it be able to topple Whis? That is again questionable. Towards the end of Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, we saw when Bills was pretty much talking to Whis, and they pretty much were talking about how Goku and Vegeta can become a threat one day. They can, if they were to put their acts, together and, train a little harder. And Bills only used about 60 to 70% of his power, so we didn't really see him go all out, 110%. But who's to say that Gogeta can't beat him if Bills was using only 70% of his power against Goku? As for Whis, I do believe Whis would be able to hold his own. So, therefore, I believe that Super Saiyan God Gogeta would not be able to defeat Whis. Remember, towards the end of the film, when Bills was talking to Goku about, who's who, he pretty much told Goku that, hey, listen, if you think I'm powerful, that my teacher's right behind me, and he's the most powerful being in this realm, in this universe. And that's when Goku fainted. So I do believe that Whis would be able to handle Gogeta no problem. Do I think Super Saiyan God Gogeta would be able to dish out some damage? Yes, I do. But would he be able to completely defeat Whis? That I really don't think so. I mean, but then again, it's up to Akira Toriyama. I mean, I'm not the creator of it, so I mean, who am I to say, really? To answer your second question, what is going to be the first thing I do in WWE 2K14? Probably some of the first things I'm going to do is have a few exhibition matches. I just want to go in there and select some of the new characters and just have a couple of matches with them. Play as The Shield, play as the Wyatt family, play as Daniel Bryan and CM Punk and The Undertaker and Triple H and all that kind of stuff. After that, I'm probably going to go on ahead and play WrestleMania mode. The road to WrestleMania, 30 years of WrestleMania, that's something I'm definitely going to do, because I heard that they're implementing every single WrestleMania in there, so that's pretty cool. Another thing I might do is I might go into character creation mode and start, fooling around and see what kind of characters I can create. But WWE 2K14 is definitely a game that I think everybody should get, because WWE 2K14 is going to have, so many legends in there, like Macho Man Randy Savage and Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan, and, the Ultimate Warrior and stuff like that. So it's going to be really good to do what if battles, with certain characters, because I did that before with WWE 2K13, WWE 2013, whatever the hell you want to call it. I did that. I did a couple of what if battles on there. And so I'm definitely going to do some on, 2K14 because 2K14 looks promising, and I can't really wait. I really can't wait to see what they're going to dish out, especially for some of the alternative modes. To answer your third question, prank calls. When will I do more prank calls? I was actually thinking about that a couple of months ago, but then I'm thinking of who to call, what to say, what to do, and all that kind of stuff. So I actually might do a couple of more prank calls by the end of the year. But I'm actually right now thinking about who to call and what to do and whatnot, because I really don't want them to track down my freaking receivers. So I'm definitely going to do a couple of prank calls for sure by the end of the year. So you might want to stay tuned for that, because it's definitely not over. I mean, I did one prank call, so another one is on the way. And I really don't know what I might do. I might call Domino's Pizza, or I might call fucking a taxi cab service, or I might call some of my friends and just mess around with them. I have no idea. But and to answer your last question, we're setting up the server for Mine Wars 3. The server specifically, we're not going to give out the IP just yet because we need to set the entire server up first. Which version am I using of Minecraft? That I honestly forgot, because I haven't touched my Minecraft in a while. But it's definitely one of the newer versions. And as for the server itself, once it's set up, I'm going to release a message, telling everybody that it's up. But if you want to be a part of it, man, just let me know, and I'm sure to put you down for that. But thank you for the questions, man.
Hey, Alex, Unreal Entertainment Gaming, what's up? It's me, George Driver. I got me a new phone for my birthday, so I'm gonna do a video fan mail of the week. Try to get on there. I mean, what can I say? Alright. Question number 1. Alright. Who would win in a fight? Alright. Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta or Majin Vegeta? And I know that they're both Super Saiyan 2, so it just, Majin Vegeta has all that pure evil awakened inside of him, and he's ruthless. He ain't soft like Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. So there you go, man. That's question number 1. Alright, question number 2. Let's see. What would I do for question number 2? Alright. Vegito and Gogeta fused versus Bills. Alright. Who do you think would win? And it would actually be called like Vegito or something like that. That would sound cool, I guess. But who do you think it would win? That's what I want to know. Alright, man. Question number 3. What? Never mind. Here we go. If you get into WWE and they ask you to change your gimmick, and it was something stupid, would you join WWE? And I probably think you already know. I think you'll say yes, but what if it was a stupid gimmick, like be a clown or be something like Gold Dust or something? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Question number 4. Alex versus Paul. Who would win? Alex versus Paul. All out, man. All out. And question number 5, my final question. Will you, and I beg, since I know you have a PS3 now, will you please do Jack and Daxter HD, Sly Cooper HD with Sly 4, and do Kingdom Hearts along with Kingdom Hearts 3 when it comes out, man. That's all I have for you today, man. Thanks for your time. I'll see you later, man. Thanks. Peace.
Mr. George Driver, thank you for the questions, bro. It really means a lot. Alright, to answer your first question, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta or Majin Vegeta, that's actually pretty tough. I mean, because number 1, they're both Vegeta. I mean, we all know what they're both capable of. But one is more evil than the other, which means one would not have as much sympathy as the other. Honestly, I would have to say probably probably Majin Vegeta. Just because you said he's more evil and he doesn't have anything to lose. He reverted back to his old roots, whereas in Vegeta, regular Vegeta would have some sort of emotion to, you know, not go all out, as opposed to Majin Vegeta, where he would actually go ahead and kill himself in order to ensure victory. So, with that particular battle, that would be very interesting. Like, let's say, per se, they were to do a little spin-off where, like, Majin Vegeta was released from Vegeta's body, just like sort of say when Evil Boo was released from Fat Boo, sort of say. But that fight would be really awesome. I mean, just to see what both of them are capable of. I'm pretty sure their moves are going to be the same. Might be slight differences here and there, but overall, in general, I think if these two were to battle, I think the winner would be Majin Vegeta, because let's say if regular Vegeta is kicking his ass, I think Majin Vegeta would revert to blowing himself up before he would ever lose to his other counterparts. So, to answer your second question, Vegito and Gogeta fused versus Bills. I think that fusion would definitely decimate Bills. Bills only used about, what, 60 to 70% of his power in Battle of Gods against Super Saiyan God Goku, and Bills is said to be far more powerful than Vegito and Gogeta, so imagine if those two fused. I think if the Vegito-Gogeta counterparts were to fuse, I definitely think there would be more than enough to match up against Bills. I'm not really sure about Whis, because Whis is just an unknown character. He's an unknown factor. We don't know what he's capable of. He definitely looks like if he gets mad, he would be able to, you know, do something extremely dangerous. I mean, we saw what happened with Bills, right? I mean, Bills was pretty much like he ate something incredibly spicy, and then he proceeded to, like, destroy planets, and just Whis came out of nowhere and just hit him once. You know, Whis did what Goku couldn't do. You know, Whis did what no Z fighter could have done, you know. Whis actually did what nobody was able to do, and that's knock Bills out, you know, knock him back into his sleep. And that speaks very boldly about how powerful Whis is, because if he was able to do something that not even a god can do, what does that really say about him, you know? So I definitely think a fusion of Vegito and Gogeta would be more than enough to stop Bills. But I'm not really sure about Whis, to be honest. I mean, like I said, he's an unknown character, and we don't really know what he's capable of. To answer your third question, WWE gimmick change. Honestly, as much as I would hate it, I would probably say I would do it to a certain extent. Let's say, for example, if I were to go in there and they were to give me something stupid, I would take the ball and I would run with it to see how far I can last and how long I can execute the gimmick. But would I do it for the rest of my career? Probably not, because I know for a fact that I would get fed up to a certain point. And that's definitely not something I want to do. You know, I don't want to have like a like a childish gimmick, you know what I mean? I just want to be myself, to be honest. But we all know how they operate, so damn. I would have to say yeah, but like I just said, man, I mean, I would not, you know, go my entire career with keeping that gimmick, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm not really like a clownster, you know what I mean? I'm not really a jokester. When it comes to wrestling, I'm as serious as I can get, so that's pretty much that. To answer your fourth question, me against Paul, who would win? All jokes aside, all biasism aside, Paul, I'm sorry, but I think I would definitely win, because I have the size advantage. I'm a lot taller than Paul, and plus I'm a lot bigger in terms of girth and mass. I'm pretty sure Paul would probably try to do some fucking slick shit, but in the end, I'm gonna powerbomb Paul through like a coffee table, and that'll be the end of it. But I fucking love Paul to death. That kid is awesome. Now, if it's him and his brothers versus me, once again, we've already proven the fact that I was able to take on his entire fucking brotherhood at the beach. I was fucking flipping his brothers left and right. But definitely, me and Paul would be a great fucking fight. Just for the fact that he would make all these weird noises. And I bet you the first thing he would yell out is, "Young man!" And then he'd just get fucking decimated. But I would have to say me. And final question, will I be doing Jak and Daxter, Kingdom Hearts, and all those games? First, I have to buy Jak and Daxter, and I'm not going to make any promises. The very first game I actually agreed on to doing was Sly Cooper, so, you know, that's definitely something I'll be doing. Kingdom Hearts as well. To be honest with you, I never played the second Kingdom Hearts game. I only played the first one as a child, and I haven't played that game. I haven't played Kingdom Hearts in, what, 7 to 8 years, so, playing that and playing all the other Kingdom Hearts games, I'm gonna see how that goes, because all these other games are coming out this holiday season, so it's gonna be really hard keeping up. But Jak and Daxter, I'm willing to give it a chance. Kingdom Hearts, I have to plan and have to think forward and when I'm gonna do it exactly, because that's gonna be a very long game to be playing. But definitely, I will agree to do Jak and Daxter and Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts and Jak and Daxter, I do not know when, but I will agree to do them. So, but thank you for the question, man. It really means a lot. Anywho, on to the next question, which is from Game Time X. Alex, you are a legend, bro. I noticed you put up around 8 episodes of GTA 5 in one night, which means you didn't sleep, didn't you? Ah, shit. You caught me. No, I didn't sleep that day. I really did not. Thank you for your contribution, man. Since you don't mind, thank you for allowing me to upload some of your videos onto my channel for the world to see. I'm doing it to help promote you because you deserve it greatly. Now on to the questions. Thank you, man. That really means a lot. And and by the way, for those people that are listening to this, if you do want to upload some of my videos on your channel, I have to give you special permission. So I gave this guy permission to do so. So thank you once again, Mr. Game Time. That really means a lot. And yes, I did not get any fucking sleep. You have no idea how painful it was the next day. All right, on to the questions. Question number one. So, I've watched all 9 of your episodes of GTA 5, and I have to say, all I have to say is you just made me get the game, and for that, I thank you so freaking much. But I need to ask you, is there anything you don't like about the game? Ah, very good question. Question 2, when are you going to come out with your own shirts? Oh, boy. I think as a fan, I speak for everyone when I say hashtag we want shirts. Damn. All right, question 3. Since Halloween is coming up, what are some of your favorite cartoon shows as a kid to watch on Halloween? Thank you, Mr. Game Time. To answer your first question, Grand Theft Auto 5 is legendary. That game is life. I hope that it's Game of the Year, because that game truly does deserve it. But what are some things I don't like about the game? Well, I don't like how you can't go out and buy liquor from like the liquor store, because there are several liquor stores and several shops that you can't go into, and that's what I feel like sucks about the game, because you can't really get your own drink. Granted, I understand that it's running on current gen systems, so the current gens can only do so much, but I really wish that you were able to go out and go inside any liquor store you could and just buy drinks and get drunk on the street. Another thing I don't like about the game is the fact that, let me see. Well, I mean, there's not many things I don't like about the game, because the game is perfect. Another thing I don't like about the game is, let's see. I mean, the game is so fucking good. I mean, there's probably not anything I don't like about it. But that'll probably be it for now, because I mean, I've played the game so far and it's just been mesmerizing. If there's one thing I also don't like about the game, I don't like how you can't steal stuff from people. For example, I would love to go inside somebody's house, steal their stuff, and then bring it back to my house. Have your own house customization, like create your own crib, you know what I mean? Let's say Franklin takes a TV, he brings it back to his house, he gets to put it wherever he wants, you know what I mean? That'd be pretty cool. But actually, besides those two, I mean, that's really it, because Grand Theft Auto 5 is just, man, that game is just awesome. Like 10 out of 10 for me, a fucking masterpiece. To answer your second question, when will I come out with my own shirts? That is actually very questionable. I mean, first I want to ask you guys, I mean, do you guys want shirts? Because that's something I really want to know, because I really don't want to get shirts and then just have them laying around. I want to know if people are going to be interested in t-shirts, because I have some fucking awesome ideas for shirts. You have no fucking idea how great that would be. But first I want to know if people are interested in it, and if they are, honestly, I'm looking of a window frame of 2014. If I'm going to have my own shirts for you guys, I am definitely going to have them by 2014, because I want to make it the badass shirt. I want to make it the most badass shirt you can wear and you can buy. So that's definitely one. And to answer your last question, favorite Halloween cartoons as a kid. I used to love Goosebumps, man. Goosebumps, I mean, that was always a brilliant show. But until they took it down, I was really disappointed, because I was like, oh, fuck, like Werewolf on Fever Swamp, and, that talking puppet, I forgot his name. Those were things that I found very, very awesome. I actually might get a little emotional right now, but it actually sucks being an adult, because you have to worry about so much, and to be honest, I'm going to be moving real soon. I'm going to be doing a lot of things on my own. And don't you guys just wish you can go back in time and just be a little kid forever? And for those of you out there that are watching this, some of you guys are little kids. Some of you guys are little boys and little girls. And, cherish your time. Definitely cherish your time, because trust me, people that are my age, people that are older than me watching this, you guys know the deal. For those of you out there that are like, 18 and up, 21 and up, 30 and up, however old you are, I mean, you guys know the deal. Having to pay for your own expenses, having to work and bust your ass, having to get up and, go to a workstation that you absolutely hate going to, having to worry about so much. And some of you guys actually have family. Having to take care of your child, having to take care of multiple children, having to take care of your wife, your husband, your car expenses. It's not easy. Trust me, it is not fucking easy. 2011 was the worst time of my life, and hopefully one day during one of these fan mails I'll explain what happened. But I know what it's like to work hard, and I continue to work hard because, number one, I wanna have a better community, because my community is horrible. God, it's horrible. Just people aren't motivated these days, and people aren't willing to do certain stuff, and it's actually quite sad. But I remember when I was a kid, watching Goosebumps was definitely a Halloween thing that I loved. Ed, and Eddie Halloween specials were amazing. The Simpsons Treehouse of fucking Horror, that shit right there was fucking awesome. I mean, Treehouse of Horror, the original Simpsons Treehouse of Horror from episodes 1 to 5, Treehouse Horror, the Treehouse of Horror franchise from episodes and seasons 1 to 5 were amazing. After that, as you saw last year's episode, it wasn't really that good. They copied Paranormal Activity and whatnot, but it just feels rushed. It feels like they're not pouring enough time into it. But definitely Treehouse of Horror was one. South Park Halloween specials were also something that I fucking loved. Family Guy Halloween specials were another one. But that was mostly when I was a mid-teenager. But going back to when I was a kid, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dexter's Laboratory Halloween specials and all that kind of stuff. I mean, those were the Halloween specials that actually fucking set me apart from everything else. Do you guys remember the old Ronald McDonald Halloween specials? Oh my god, if you guys remember what I'm talking about, then your childhood was fucking amazing. But those were definitely some of my favorite childhood cartoon episodes watching on Halloween. And Halloween this year, I hope it's going to be good, because last year was really good, so let's just hope for the best. But thank you, Mr. Game Time. Moving forward, on to the next question, which is from Ayub Rabbit. Hey Alex from UnrealEntGaming. I was wondering if you can answer some questions for me. Alright, cool. Question number 1. How is GTA 5? From all the commercials I saw, it seems pretty awesome. Question 2. What do you think about Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z? Most people I know don't like it because there will only be 31 characters in it, and it doesn't have GT, but I don't really care if it has GT or not, because I love Dragon Ball Z show/games regardless if GT is in it or not. Question number 3. Are you going to get a Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z? And lastly, question 4. I created a Facebook page of Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z, but I am not getting enough likes that I want, so I was wondering if you can help me with that. If you can answer all 4 questions, it would be a great help to me and the rest of the DBZ fans. Link to the Facebook page is right there, as you guys can see, and the Team 4-Star Abridged Parody Episode 10 finale. Oh, that's with Vegeta. Alright, sure, man. I mean, if it has to do with Dragon Ball Z, I'll definitely like the page. Alright, to answer your first question, how is GTA 5, you ask me? How is Grand Theft Auto 5? God damn it! Did you not see any of my episodes? I mean, the game, dude, is overall, it's just amazing. This freaking game is what, games should be, based on, it's so realistic, but it's so fun, Grand Theft Auto 5 is definitely a game to get, and I really do hope that you get the game, because, it's just everything we always wanted in a Grand Theft Auto game, and my episodes prove that, because in my episodes and in my series, you get to see a lot of things that are just spectacular. I was eaten by a fucking shark, for God's sakes. I flew a jet into the fucking water. It was just so much shit you can do. I have a dog named Chops and whatnot. It's just absolutely amazing. So Grand Theft Auto 5 is a masterpiece. To answer your second question, you're kind of wrong on that, because there aren't 31 characters. There are 70 characters. There are 70 characters, including DLC characters like Super Saiyan, Bardock, and whatnot. But what do I think about Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z? I think it's absolutely amazing. Will it be the best Dragon Ball Z game ever? That's really questionable. But it's definitely gonna have Bills and Whis in the game. that's definitely assured, because in the new trailer, they definitely showed off Bills and Weiss, and they actually had English actors dub their voice. So for the first time ever, we get to hear how Bills and Weiss sound like. So GT, I'm a little disappointed because I really wanted to play as some of these GT characters. But overall, I completely understand why they're not including GT, because they want to separate themselves from the Battle of Gods franchise and whatnot, because GT offered Super Saiyan 4 and all that kind of stuff, and Battle of Gods introduced Super Saiyan God. So they want to keep it within that Super Saiyan God / Battle of Gods realm. Like having it after Kid Buu, you're gonna have Battle of Gods, and that's it. So that's where I see them taking this. To answer your third question, am I getting Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z? Of course I am. I'm a Dragon Ball Z fucking hardcore fan. Of course I'm going to get the game. And it's going to be amazing too. I mean, I'm going to be one of the first people to showcase a lot of the actual what if battles on there and whatnot. So if you guys are GBZ fans, you might want to stay tuned for when that game comes out. And lastly, I'm going to like your page as soon as I'm done with Fan Mail of the Week. But certainly, we have to get the word out that people want more. So, especially with the Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods franchise, I mean, for those of you out there who haven't already done so, go ahead and check out my Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods 2 video, where I talk about, the next movie and what I want to see and what we want to see as fans. So, but definitely I'm going to do that as soon as I'm done with this. So, thank you for the question. It really means a lot. On to the next question, which is from the Margin Saiyan. Hey Alex, I'm a big fan of yours, and if you can answer some of these questions, it would really be nice. If you can't, it's okay. You're still the best. Thank you, man. No, you're the fucking best. You're a Majin Saiyan, for God's sakes. Just don't go to where I'm living and do a fucking Final Flash or something. That's not gonna be cool. You're gonna fucking blow my entire community up, for God's sakes. All right, question number 1. A while back, you said you were in a gang. Can you go into detail of what happened? Oh shit. oh boy. Ooh. Okay. All right, question 2. Your thoughts on Chris Benoit as a professional wrestler in his life. Question 3. Who is a better athlete, Rob Van Dam or John Morrison? They are both high flyers and great in the ring. Question 4. When you join the WWE, will you have to take down your YouTube channel? Hell no, fuck that shit. I'm going to tell them hell no. All right, question 5. How can Cell defeat Broly if all it took Broly was a small blast to destroy a whole planet? Question 6. Daniel Bryan or CM Punk? CM. All right, let's see. Those are all my questions I have for now. If you can't answer them, no problem. I understand that you are a very hard worker, and I wish you for the best of luck. Yes, fucking Yamcha sucks. All right, to answer your first question, thank you for the questions, by the way. To answer your first question, all right. All right. Back when I was in junior high school, when I was a senior in the 8th grade, I joined a small little gang that we formed called BTS, Bomb in the Streets. And what we used to do was, we were mainly a little graffiti gang. We would go out there and just do graffiti and all that kind of bullshit. The quote-unquote head and leader of the group was a Blood affiliate, and he had a lot of cousins and blood and brothers that were in Blood gangs and all that kind of stuff. So he was pretty much like the main dude, whatever. BTS, which was our little crew, had a little bit of a beef with another crew called YRK, which was a little clique called Young Royal Kings or whatever. So we all had bits and altercations and whatnot, over graffiti and whatnot, tagging over each other and all that kind of bullshit, talking shit with one another. That pretty much escalated, and people were getting beat up left and right and all that kind of stuff. So years on end, about maybe 2 years later, 2 years later, in 2007, on my birthday actually, there was a bunch of kids that I knew that came over my house, and they were all, gangbangers, and they all had cousins that were in gangs, and they all smoked and whatever. So we formed a gang in my house called Young Lords. We had beads or whatever, because I used to make beads or whatever. And from there, we just did a lot of trouble. We were fighting with other people. I remember one time, they made me beat a couple of people up for absolutely no reason. I was a part of a shooting in 2007 where some lady got shot in the leg by accident. It wasn't because of me or anything like that. It was just like somebody, like a random person just running up the block. And as soon as you started firing shots, some lady got hit in the leg. To make a long story short, in terms of detail, I learned that the people that you roll with in gangs aren't always going to be there for you, Some people join gangs just to have something to be a part of. Other people join gangs because, they want to get money, or other people join gangs just to be cool. I remember I was beating up a lot of gang members, and I have a lot of friends who will, vouch for me on that, because I used to be very, very violent, and I really didn't care as much back in the day. But pretty much what separated me from them was you learn how to grow up, half of those people are either dead or in jail. I remember there was a lot of people that were hanging themselves in jail. Some kids got shot and they died. So really, it's not a good look for you. It's not a good look for you to be a part of something like that, because in the end, you're not proving anything to anybody. You're only letting your family down. You're only letting yourself down, because you can do a lot more. You can do a lot better than having to follow other people and what they do. You know what I mean? Like, you be your own leader, and that's what I wanted to be. So I separated myself from the dirt, and that's pretty much what happened. I mean, it was a long fucking time ago. I must have been like 16, 17. It wasn't really cool at all. Like, from the ages of 14 to 17, I was gangbanging and doing all sorts of stuff, and it was just, I fucking regret every single minute of it. I mean, and then I was a part of other gangs, like I was a part of a blood set. I was 5'9" Brim. It was bad. So I wouldn't wish anybody to do anything like that, because you're not benefiting, anyone for that matter. So to answer your second question, thoughts on Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit was a fucking excellent professional wrestler. He was absolutely amazing. I feel like what happened in his personal life with his family, there's more to it. I believe that there's a part of a story that somebody's not telling us. I feel like for every story there is an alternative to it. So I feel like there was something more a part of that tragedy than we know. Only God knows, in my opinion. So Chris Benoit will forever live in my book as one of the greatest professional wrestlers ever. He was absolutely amazing. He was, one of the best wrestlers ever. And it's really unfortunate to see him go like that. Can you imagine if he was alive? All the great matches he would have had, man. I'm telling you right now, it would have been spectacular. To answer your third question, I do think John Morrison is a better athlete, because John Morrison he's more flexible. He does, I wouldn't say better moves, but he does different stuff, you know what I mean? Like that Rob Van Dam never actually did. And Rob Van Dam is an incredible talent, but he's getting a little old. So I feel like Rob Van Dam cannot keep up with his past, so to say, because Rob Van Dam in the past was amazing. Rob Van Dam now is amazing as well. But he's nothing like he was when he first came in. But I would have to say John Morrison. I mean, they're both great in the ring, but I would have to say John Morrison. To answer your fourth question, when I join the WWE, will I take down my channel? Hell no. Hell no. My YouTube channel isn't going anywhere, even if I go to the WWE. It's always going to be here. Guys, I'm always going to do YouTube. I am always going to be here, no matter what. There's nothing that can shun me away from that. To answer your fifth question, how can Cell defeat Broly? Easy. Cell can regenerate, Broly can't. I understand that Broly's ki keeps going up, but if you look at, certain stuff, Broly is powerful, but I feel like Cell has speed over Broly. And the fact that Cell has other people's movesets, Can you imagine if Cell unleashed a Spirit Bomb on Broly? Jesus, that would be fucking just crazy. But ultimately, I feel like Cell can defeat Broly. I feel like he can. I feel like Broly is not unstoppable. I just feel like if Cell put a lot of effort into it, he would be able to defeat Broly easily. And to answer your last question, Daniel Bryan, easy. Daniel fucking Bryan. Yes. Thank you for the questions, man. Moving on to the next question, which is from Dragon Ball Z fan. Hi, Alex. I sent you another fan mail. I hope you answer it. Here are my two questions. All right, question 1. How do you record Xbox gameplay? Question 2. What hour do you play DB MMO? I want to play with you. P.S. Fuck you, Yamcha! Fuck you, Frieza! All right, thank you for the questions, man. To answer your first question, what do I use to record my Xbox gameplay? I use a capture card. I use my Hapag capture card, but there are other capture cards out there as well. But any capture card device, you would be able to record gameplay fairly easily, because that's what capture cards are made for. Depending on which ones they are, you have to get newer models. You don't want to get like really old models, because then you're not going to be going anywhere with that. But pretty much capture cards, man. It's the best way to go. And to answer your second question, Dragon Ball MMO. I'm on there on a fairly different time. I'm about to actually go back and play. I was gonna play later today, but I might just do it now, just to get it over with. And I want to see like what's going on in there. So honestly, I would have to say in the afternoon. Like maybe between the hours of like 1 o'clock to like 4 o'clock, maybe, give or take. That depends if I'm working or not, but if it's on a weekend, then definitely between those times. But if it's not on the weekend, then I can't really say it. But if it's on a weekend like Saturday or Sunday, it's between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. my time. So that's pretty much when you can catch me playing that game. I mean, it's just, that game is brilliant. I just feel like I wish that they were to add more to it. But there's only so much you can include in a game, right? So, but thank you for the question, Mr. Dragon Ball Z fan. And now on to the next question, which is from Michael Zapera. Okay, first off, thanks for answering my questions. It means a lot. Now for some more questions. All right, here we go. Here we go, you bastard. All right, question 1. What do you like more, Minecraft or Call of Duty? Question 2. If Gohan is Mystic, why did he become a Super Saiyan Battle of Gods? Question 3. What is your rating for GTA 5 on a scale of 1 to 10? Question 4. What if Bills killed everyone except Goku? Do you think he would rage and kill him, or do you think he would rage and fail? P.S. Fuck you, Shaq! P.S. Fuck you, Paul! You fucking something, you suck. You. Wow, Paul's gonna be pissed. Alright, to answer your first question, that all depends. If it's Call of Duty Zombies, then I would have to say Call of Duty Zombies. But regular Call of Duty Minecraft, I would have to say Minecraft, man. Minecraft is a lot more fun than Call of Duty at this time because, you know, Call of Duty has resorted to its old ways of being, you know, the same regurgitated stuff, and it's really fucking brutal to play sometimes. Is it a bad franchise? No. Is it boring at times? Yeah. Minecraft, it can never get boring if you're playing with friends. So, to answer your second question, the only reason why Gohan became Mystic was because he could. Remember what the Elder Kai said? When he first unlocked Gohan's powers, he said, well, if need be, he could always transform, but he doesn't really need to, because in his normal form, in his current form, he's so powerful that he doesn't even need to transform. So Gohan could have transformed whenever he wanted to, so therefore I'm guessing that when he transformed in Battle of Gods, he wanted to give his dad all of his powers. And that's the only logical way I can see it going, because you know, I mean, Gohan could have always transformed, and he did it in Battle of Gods. So to answer your third question, what can I rate GTA 5 on a scale of 1 to 10? I give this game 10 trillion. It is just perfect. This game, like I said, man, I can't gloat enough how great this game is. This game is just a masterpiece, and Rockstar really did a great job, you know, in creating this game and just mastering everything about this game, you know. Granted, there are certain things that they could improve on, but what does that ultimately mean for us? We're going to see all of those improvements in Grand Theft Auto 6. And mark my words, I do think they're going to go back to whatchamacallit, Vice City. So that's what I think is going to happen. And to answer your last question, if Bills killed everybody except for Goku, I think Goku would rage and probably kill him. Because if Goku unleashed all of his rage, I do think that all of his rage would give him that drive, focus to go on ahead and actually perform the execution. So I do think Goku would be successful if Bills destroyed everyone and everything but Goku, because that gives Goku a reason to fight and to stop Bills. So I do think Goku would rage and kill him, yes. I mean, ultimately, yeah, I do think he'll kill him. I mean, without a doubt, he probably would. But thank you for the question, Michael. It really means a lot. Let's go on to the next question, which is from Gaming1234. Hey, Alex, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. How are you, my good friend? How is your day going? All right, I just want to say that you're the best YouTuber ever. I have yet to see another YouTuber as dedicated as you are, and the things you do for your fans are amazing, like giveaways and the amount of videos you take to entertain your fan. I am so glad that there are people like you on this earth. You are fucking hilarious. Anyways, on to the questions. Thank you, man. I mean, if you really want to make me cry, you're about to make it. You're fucking about to accomplish your mission. Damn it. All right, that really means a lot to me. Thank you so much, man. All right, question number 1. All right, okay, imagine if you have never watched or played anything related to zombies, infected, etc. And if you haven't watched or played anything to do with anime such as Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, etc., you can only choose to do one of these. Oh shit, really? Oh crap! To have in your life, not only the thing in your life. Okay, another. What would it be? Oh shit! So you're saying pretty much zombies, infection, all that kind of stuff, or animes like DBZ, Pokemon. Oh man, you're really taking away from my childhood. Question 2: top 5 games of this year. Well, you don't have favorites. That's what I hear in all your videos. So good games you've played this year. Question 3: if Future Trunks fused with Ultimate Gohan and Goku fused with Vegeta, who would win? That would be fucking awesome. Question 4, who's stronger, Super Buu or Kid Buu? Question 5, who is stronger, Super Saiyan 3 Goku or Ultimate Gohan? I think Gohan, but I don't like how he got his powers. He basically cheated, but I still like Gohan. Question 6, are you a fan of Kingdom Hearts? Would you do a Let's Play of Kingdom Hearts 1.5? Question 7. Who would win in a fight? You or Yamcha? Bitch, please. I'll fucking break that nigga's grill. Alright, thank you for answering my questions. I know you will make it into the WWE. I have faith in you. All of your fans have faith in you. Good luck and God bless you. Thank you, man. God bless you as well. P.S. Fuck you, Yamcha. Fuck you, Squid. And Kamehameha. Can you imagine if you can do Kamehamehas? But then again, can you imagine the toll it would take on your body to do one? Damn. Alright, to answer your first question, fuck, man. That means no Resident Evil, no Dawn of the Dead, no zombie movies, no zombie games, no fucking man. Or an anime such as Dragon Ball Z, Digimon, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, I would have to keep anime. Just for the simple fact that there have been a lot of anime shows that I really can't let go of. Like, you know, Digimon and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball Z and Gundam and, you know, all sorts of shows like that. I really can't let go. So I would have to say anime. Because there are certain things that just change your life when you watch anime. You know, Dragon Ball Z has influenced me. Pokemon has influenced me. Dragon Ball, like just everything. Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, they're just amazing. So I would definitely have to say anime. Sorry, zombies. To answer your second question, top 5 games. I've played a lot. I mean, Grand Theft Auto is definitely one of them. Saints Row 4 is fun. You know, it's wacky. It's fun. Is it better than GTA? Hell no. But it's definitely fun, and it's definitely, you know, very entertaining to play. The Last of Us. The Last of Us is just amazing, brother. You have to play The Last of Us. The Last of Us is just another game that I would have to rank up next to GTA. A game after that would have to be probably Resident Evil Revelations. That was a pretty intense game, really cool. And lastly, I would have to say BioShock Infinite. I played it at my friend's house, and BioShock Infinite was absolutely spectacular. You know, definitely once again I would rate that up there with Last of Us and GTA 5. I mean that's been a game that really was really great. I played it on my friend's PS3 way back when it came out, before I even got my PS3. So I would have to say that as well. To answer your third question, Trunks and Gohan or Goku and Vegeta? Shit. Fuck, that's hard. I would have to say Goku and Vegeta. I mean, there's just something about them. Remember what the Elder Kai said. You know, the more frustration and like the more anger and you know, the more, you know, bitterness you have toward one another, the better the fusion is executed. So I do believe Goku's and Vegeta's fusion as Vegito would definitely execute well over Trunks and Gohan's fusion. But that would be amazing. Imagine Future Trunks and Ultimate Gohan fusing. Wow, their fucking fusion would be incredible. But in the end, I think Goku and Vegeta would pull off the win, to be honest. To answer your fourth question, Super Buu and Kid Buu. If you're talking about regular Super Buu, then I would have to say Kid Buu. Kid Buu was much more powerful than Super Buu, and he was much more unpredictable. If we're talking about Super Buu with, you know, everybody absorbed, then I would have to say Super Buu absorbed would be the most powerful. But in terms of just regular Super Buu and regular Kid Buu, I would have to say Kid Buu for sure. To answer your fifth question, it is proven that Ultimate Gohan is more powerful. And you're right, he did cheat. I mean, I feel like he cheated, and I feel like it's BS because Goku worked hard to achieve Super Saiyan 3, whereas in Gohan just freaking unlocked his powers just by sitting there. So I would have to say Gohan's more powerful just because he did what he did with the Elder Kai. That's what made him more powerful. To answer your sixth question, I'm thinking about doing that, to be honest. My friend Paul was doing it. The Cog Brothers, he was doing it. So, you know, I might do it because I loved Kingdom Hearts when I was playing it as a kid. I actually lost, you know, touch of Kingdom Hearts over the years. But definitely I will be doing it sometime in the future. And to answer your seventh question, I mean, come on, really? I would smash Yamcha. I would turn him into a pile of shit. That's only if he doesn't use like his special attacks, like fucking, you know, Kamehamehas and Wolf Fang Fists and shit. If he doesn't use that, then I'll fucking whoop his ass. But thank you for the questions, man. It really means a lot. Anyways, everybody, thank you all for watching this week's episode of Fan Mail of the Week. Stay tuned for next week's episode, guys. And by the way, I really did appreciate you guys sending me your fan mails in video format. If you want to go ahead and do so again, please go ahead and do that. It makes things a lot more easier. Also, I forgot to say that somebody actually made a montage. He made 2 montages of a couple of my videos, and that really means a lot to me. So what I'm going to say right now is if any of you guys are going to make any tribute videos or any montages of me or about me, just be sure to send it to me and I will definitely feature it in one of my videos and give you full credit for it. I just wanted to say that off the bat. Once again, I do apologize if I didn't answer your question. I have a lot of questions that I had to answer today, but thank you all for watching, everybody. As always, my name is UnrealEntGaming. If you guys are fans, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all the latest news, information, updates. If you guys enjoyed the video, as always, hit it up with a like and a favorite, rate that thumbs up button, leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Stay tuned for next week's episode. I'll be seeing you all later. Peace.